Hi, I'm Paige from Let's Get Cozy on Instagram, and this is my video diary series all about my yarn making, my knitting, my crafting, my reading, all the cozy things. I live in Wisconsin. We got to keep it cozy. Winter is coming. So I want to share with you some things that I've been working on lately. So if you follow me over on Instagram, which you should, it's at Lex Get Cozy. I finished a pair of the DRK Everyday Socks, and this was a super easy pattern if you are a beginner sock knitter like me. It is a 2x2 rib, so very stretchy. They fit really nice. They took me a while to knit up. I've been dealing with some wrist pain. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that, but I haven't talked about it here on YouTube before. But I've been dealing with some wrist pain. I'm not really sure what it's from. It could be that my almost 2-year-old likes to be carried a lot. Or it could be like I'm worried that it's a repetitive tendonitis from knitting. And if it is, like, whatever, I just have to, I've been taking it slow and knitting slowly, so things have been taking me a while. These I finished. They're super great. I made a big mistake, which I didn't realize until I was done knitting them. And I try and blocked it out as much as I could, but I made one sock a little bit longer than the other one. So this one fits me, and the shorter one doesn't fit me so great. I can still get it on, but it just doesn't fit me as good as the bigger one. So I must have lost track counting. I mark every 10 rows with a like a progress keeper, the little safety pin kind of stitch holder. That way I can just count in tens. So I think I missed 10 rounds on this one. That's my explanation. Either way, I think they're really comfy. I love the colors. Lavender has been very much one of my favorite colors lately. And to be honest, I do not remember what yarn this was. So I will have to look, and I will put it in the notes down below. This was so fun. Love those. I love my Birkenstocks, and I think I need to make way more socks to add to my Birkenstock collection. Okay, next, I do know what yarn this is. This is a sock yarn from my local yarn shop that I picked up from Four Crows Fiber, and I just was in love with these colors. And it's so interesting how she applies, like, there's some sections with the dark and light, there's some that are like tonal. So I thought that was super cool. I just started the toe. I just started this the other night, and I actually think that it's a little loose. I need to go down a needle size. I'm not going to block this just because I know it's a fingering weight sock. I'm probably going to do like a 24 stitch sock, but I just don't like how open this fabric is, so I might go down a needle size. This was a US 2, so I think I'm going to go down to a 1.5 and see how that goes. So I'm excited to knit these up. I thought about gifting them to one of my mother-in-laws, but I might keep it for myself. Okay, so other big project that I've been working on. Now, I think I talked about this on my last video, but I have been working on this sweater, the Wool and Honey sweater from DreaReneeKnits, the same designer as these socks. I am on a DreaReneeKnits kick lately. This is her Wool and Honey sweater, and I have finally made a ton of progress. I told myself I need to finish this sweater before winter is over so that I can finally enjoy wearing it, and I'm nearing the end zone with this one. So I actually need to order some of those barber cords so that I can try this one on, but I mean, at this point it's a little bit too late. This is the back. Uh-oh. We're stuck. Okay. Oh, and I got my hair cut. I really like this with my haircut. I am working on my ribbing right now, 2-inch ribbing. and then I will be done with the body and I can start on the sleeves, and then I am home free. The sleeves I don't think will take me very long, but the body, because it has a lot of positive ease in it, there's a lot more stitches than I'm used to. But I'm done with the yoke, the hard part is over, and I just get to enjoy this. I really only knit for about maybe like an hour at a time every night, or maybe even less than that before my wrist really starts to hurt. So it's taking me a while, but I'm chugging along. I'm getting there. I have a little bit left on this skein, and I've got a full skein wound up ready to go. And then I think I have a couple more, but I don't think I'll need them. So that's that one. Very excited about that. Okay, next. I ordered Pom Pom Magazine, the fall edition, with Farmer Starter Fibers as their guest editor, because I love Montana. We went there a couple years ago on a vacation, and I just thought it was like the most beautiful place I've ever been. The valleys with the wide open spaces, and then the juxtaposition of like the mountains in the background. It is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I thought it was so beautiful, and I love that there's not a ton of people around. I just thought it was so beautiful. So because I love Montana, I obviously love Farmer Starter's fibers. I had to get this edition of Pom Pom. And there was a couple projects in here I'm really excited about making. I thought these socks are gorgeous. These are the Starflight Socks. And Wisconsin, I don't know if you might already know this, but a lot of barns here have something called a barn quilt on the side of them. And it's just kind of to distinguish from a distance, like whose farm is whose. And so this quilt pattern here really reminded me of a barn quilt. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm not sure what colors I will do yet, because I already have one project that I'm going to start on. So when I'm done with this project, then I will move on to those. I really liked those. Okay, these are what I'm making. Next, the Badger Creek mittens. And I just thought these were stunning. Stunning. I love some cables, and I don't have any mittens for myself. So I thought that would be the perfect little fall project that would be quick and motivating. I picked out their DK in Bear Gulch. That's this color. So it's kind of like a Merlot, I guess, or to be honest, I think it's more of a Pinot Noir color. I just think it's so beautiful. I have a dark tan kind of brown jacket, and I have a black jacket. So I think this color will suit both of my jackets, and I'll be able to wear them all winter long. Driving, getting the kids in and out of the car, all that fun stuff. Obviously not for playing in the snow, but everything except for playing in the snow, I will be wearing my new mittens. I'm so excited to start that. I shockingly don't have the size needles that I need. I don't knit with DK very often, so I ordered some needles and they're coming today, so I can start on this too. I want to finish my sweater first. However, sometimes you just need a little bit of a palette cleanser to kind of get yourself motivated to get back into really knitting. So I think I will finish the body on my sweater, start these mittens, get them finished, get motivated, and then go back and do the sleeves of my sweater. So that's my plan. Okay, then my last project I wanted to talk about was my tank top that I made. This tank top is made with Quince Co. I think it's pronounced Kestrel. It's 100% linen. This was my first linen project, and this was the Kai tank from their website. And I picked this up at this yarn up at my local yarn shop, and they were super helpful. They showed me a couple different yarns they had that had some linen in it, or like bamboo, some kind of plant-based fibers versus wool and alpaca, all that kind of animal based. But I really just wanted the drape of the linen and the open, kind of more of an open knit, simple. My wardrobe is very simple. So I fell in love with this tank. I really like the way it turned out. I had to redo the neck twice. You know, linen does not stretch. So the first time I did this, I don't think I picked up enough stitches, or if I did pick up enough stitches, I must have done this edging too tightly, because I couldn't even get it over my head. So I had to rip it all out. I picked up more stitches, and the second time it turned out great. I love it. My only thing I wish happened differently was that right here you can kind of see there is a knot where I joined 2 skeins of yarn that wants to come to the front all the time, and I feel like it's kind of noticeable, but whatever. I just usually wear this with some jeans, some jean shorts, my Birkenstocks, and it's like such an easy, like elevated casual outfit. I wore this out to drinks with my sister for her birthday. I've worn this out to dinner. I've worn it just out for the day with my kids. It is machine washable, which is so amazing. I'm definitely picking out another pattern, a tank pattern for next summer that's linen also, because the fact that I can machine wash this and it gets softer every time I wash it, I'm obsessed. And honestly, it did not take me very long to knit up. I went to my girlfriend Kayla's house for the weekend while I was in the middle of making this, and we just wanted like a chill weekend, and we literally watched TV, chit-chatted, had wine, and I knit this the whole time I was there, and I got so much done. So I really think that that helped. But yeah, so I'm loving this tank. Can't recommend it enough. It's so cozy, so comfy, ton of sizes, and that linen yarn comes in a lot of different colors. So I even might make this in a black. I think that that would be really chic and super, super, super great. Would fit right into my wardrobe. Okay, next on the docket, things that I've been reading. I had 2 vacations where I picked up 2 books. So first, every summer we go up to northern Minnesota, almost to the Canadian border, where my husband's dad and stepmom have a cabin, and it's very cabin. It is not a lake home. It's a rustic cabin, and we absolutely love going there. And I try to be off my phone and off social media as much as I can, and really just take in all the nature that is up there. It's like one of the most beautiful places, even more beautiful than Montana, honestly, but like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. And there is the most adorable gift shop down the road, Pine Ridge Gift Shop, shout out. They have a huge selection of like home decor, gifts, all the kinds of things. And then this time I noticed they had books, because I had finished my book on the trip, and we were only like halfway through the week. So then I picked this one up, and the gal who worked there kind of talked me into it, because normally, I mean, to be honest, girl power, I usually only read girl authors just to hashtag support. But this one is by the author William Kent Krueger. And what sold me, what was so interesting, was that he writes all his stories based on like the area where we have the cabin and where we spend a whole summer a whole week every summer. So I thought that was really interesting, and it's so cool to read this book and like just be picturing the landscape that I'm so familiar with for up there. And it is like a murder mystery, so that's also like one of my favorite categories to read. So yeah, he has a whole series, so maybe next summer I will pick up the next book in a series, make that like my annual treat to myself up there. And then we just got back from a 2-week vacation. My husband has to take a week of a work trip for a week every year. And so this year we went to Amelia Island. We brought the kids with us. We made it like a little family beach vacation. And the book I had brought with me, I had just gotten at our library's book sale. Well, I didn't really read what it was about. I just saw the author. I liked the author. I didn't think I had read it before, so I brought it with me to the beach. I literally opened the first page and I'm like, I've read this book. So then I was like, shoot, what am I gonna read this whole trip? So I love when like vacation rentals have a ton of books that you can pick from. And I don't feel bad taking a book because I left my book there. That some other person can read that book. It's a great book. It was a Mary Kay Andrews book, in case you were wondering. But I saw this one, Big Summer, and I have seen it on my Instagram feed before. I wasn't really sure what it was about, but it says the beach read to end all beach reads. And to be honest, I only got a couple of chapters in, because shockingly, there's not a lot of time to read on the beach when you have 2 toddlers with you. But this is on my list to read. I might start reading this one next because I just finished a book on my Kindle. I just read, let me get it open. Sometimes I never know how to work this thing. It's like, do I press the button? Do I swipe? Okay, let's see. Nope, not that. Do I tap? I have a Kindle Paperwhite, and if you don't have a Kindle and you want one, you need to get the Paperwhite. It's the best investment. You can usually get them on a pretty good sale. But I love that I can make it like a night mode. So when I'm reading in bed at night and my husband is sleeping, it's not as bright as like a white screen. And you can see it when you're on the beach or like sitting outside in the sun, which you cannot do with like a, like if you're reading on your iPad or whatever. Okay, I can't figure out how to get to, oh, did I figure it out just now? No. Okay, but I read the, what's it called again? The Housemaid's Secret. It was super like draggy at first, and to be honest, I didn't really like it. And I feel like it was really similar to another book that I've read before. I think The Wife Upstairs, kind of like a similar storyline, but the twists and turns at the end I was not expecting and made it worth it. I think my things that I was 80%, this one's just The Housemaid. I'm sorry, this sequel is The Housemaid's Secret, which I don't know if I'm gonna read or not. I saw this book recommended by a lot of people on Instagram, and I think I've just decided that I don't really love popular books. I don't really care for Colleen Hoover books. I don't really care for like this book. I don't know. I loved Gone Girl back in the day, and I liked The House Across the Lake, or The Cabin Across the Lake, The House Across the Lake. And then if you read The Perfect Marriage, I liked that one. And then like, not to be a negative Nancy, but some of the, what's her face? Book club. I was gonna say Drew Barrymore. That's not it. Reese Witherspoon. Some of her books in her book club, I'm not, like, there's just not a plot line that I'd be interested in. But sometimes I read them because then you get surprised and you learn that you like something like that. The Mittens by Alex Micheladas. I don't know how to pronounce that. But that one was really good too. I like that kind of like a psychological thriller. So that was really good. Not scary, but just good. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been reading. That's what I've been knitting. That's what I've been creating. Next project that I'm working on besides my knitting is actually a home project. My husband and I decided that these long Wisconsin winters, our kids go a little bit crazy, stir crazy, cabin fever. We're building them an indoor jungle gym in our basement, and it's gonna be mega. If you have seen Anna White, her Instagram and YouTube channel before, she has a whole blog post and with cut lists and everything for this indoor playground. We're modifying it a little bit to fit our space in the basement, but it's gonna be awesome. And I think it's gonna take us quite a long time to make it because it's hard to work on that kind of stuff with the kids around. So it's probably gonna be like a nap time or once the kids go to bed type of project. But I'm excited to show you guys that. I probably won't show you until it's done. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm excited I was able to film this for you guys today. In other news, my son has not been taking naps anymore. He turned 3 in August and just for like the last several months decided I don't need naps, which I disagree. I think he needs naps some days. So sometimes I have him lay down and he falls asleep, but most days of the week it's no naps, which means my time to film these videos went away. He started going to farm school. It's not really preschool, but it is an educational full day of school, 9 to 4, that he is outside learning life skills. He has an awesome teacher. It's a family business. I love supporting them, and he goes to that on Tuesdays. So here I am. It is Tuesday, and I hope to see you guys in the future on more Tuesdays. So until next time, bye friends.